Hello friends, I really appreciate you for taking the time to watch this and for supporting my documentary. Yeah, gotta have money to make this documentary, and I really appreciate you so much for supporting. So with that being said, I'm gonna give you the value that you wanted, which was the 5 things that changed and impacted my life the most. And it all started with discovering this guy named Gary Vaynerchuk. Like early on I thought I was gonna be like an engineer or a doctor, or just, I wasn't really thinking outside of the box. And Gary was a huge proponent, and he was a huge advocate for you can make money doing things you're passionate about. And so I was like, okay, what am I passionate about? And at the time I was starting to gravitate more towards filmmaking and that stuff. And so I was like, it really gave me the confidence to believe in myself that I can make this a living and I can make it happen. And so with that belief and with discovering Gary, I started to believe in myself that I can make filmmaking a career. Discovering Gary and listening to his content was a kickstart to all this happening. So I really recommend you check out Gary's content on Instagram and YouTube. I'll link them below, and I'll also link below 1 or 2 of the videos that I think you should watch first. And I think you'll find some great value in checking out some of his ideas and content, because I think he has really great stuff to say. And I'm constantly checking back in on his content every now and then just to keep fresh on his ideas, because he was the main inspiration and education in shifting my mindset from early on. And I've always just been learning from him, and always learning a lot of stuff from him. 2 was shifting my mindset on education and learning. And this was something that Gary made me realize. The biggest shift in my life was when I realized that education and learning didn't just come from school and colleges and universities, physical places. Gary made me realize that learning is at your fingertips and it's free. So you can learn anywhere you want for free, anywhere in the world. And it really made me take my education into my own hands, because I initially thought that, okay, I can only learn when the teachers tell me what to learn. No, I had this realization and epiphany that, oh my God, I can learn anything I want to. You can literally search on Google and find these things you're passionate about and learn them. All it took was a little bit of determination and willingness to just want to learn. So when I started to realize this, I was like, okay, college is actually not the route for me, because I initially thought college, I was gonna go to college and like, this is how I was gonna learn. But once I realized fingertips, that was the biggest shift in mindset in my whole entire life, and it still has been, because I'm constantly learning. Like even since that epiphany 3 years ago, I'm listening to podcasts, I'm always reading books, I'm like always wanting to learn, and I'm not having to wait for like the school or the teachers to give the information to me. Like I think that's one of the biggest things that anyone can take up in life, is take education into their own hands and not just learn from the school. For example, I was interested in filmmaking at the time, and so I started searching filmmaking tutorials, editing tutorials. So instead of getting good grades, I started getting bad grades, but that didn't mean I stopped educating and learning. I was searching YouTube tutorials, I was learning filmmaking techniques online from YouTube, and I started to realize there's this huge access of information available, and I didn't really realize it, or I didn't really appreciate it enough. And then since then, I've just appreciated the internet so much for having all this information for free, and I still am so appreciative for that, because every single day I'm always learning and I'm always improving and I'm always growing thanks to the internet. So, number 2, recap, use the internet to its full capability. There's free information out there, use it. Anything you want to learn, anything you're passionate about, it's out there, it's free, use it. Learn, grow, take education into your own hands. Number 3 was discovering the YouTube channel Yes Theory. So as I was discovering my path in filmmaking, I asked myself, okay, what's the ideal situation? My ideal situation was making content that I wanted to make and being able to make that a living. Like that's the dream. And discovering Yes Theory, there was a group of guys that were just coming up with ideas, any idea they can think of, any huge idea they can think of, and they were going out into the world, traveling and doing it. And they were able to make that a sustainable and successful YouTube channel. That is my dream, to be able to just make YouTube videos, make videos in general, anything I wanted to, any big idea, any adventure, any travel, anything like that. And these guys were actually doing it. And this is the first time I realized that, okay, I don't have to just make wedding videos or videos for like clients or companies. You can actually make it happen by just coming up with their own creative ideas. What's really helped me in life is seeing examples of people doing it, and it gave me the confidence to do it myself. So once I discovered Yes Theory and saw they're actually going out there and doing this, it gave me the confidence in myself that I can do this too. 4, I surrounded myself with the people that were doing exactly what I wanted to do, and that was Yes Theory. So how did I get to work for Yes Theory? Well, actually, I posted a video on why I left Yes Theory a few months ago. It actually got deleted, and if you want to know the whole journey on how I got my dream job, I actually have posted a private link in the description of this video on my whole journey. It was a video that got 350,000 views, but it got taken down. So as an appreciation for you supporting me in my documentary journey, I've actually taken the time to upload it again as a private link. So check that out if you want to see my journey on how I got my dream job and the methods and tactics and the mindset I had to do to get that job. This is so good. Like, I'm sure a few of you will get your dream job after this just from watching that video. So yeah, I can't think of a better way to accelerate in your career rather than, okay, think, what do you want to do? What are you passionate about? Find the people that are doing exactly that, go to them and provide value to them. Say that you work for them for free for 3 months, 6 months. Do whatever you need to do just to be surrounded by them, because that is the best way to learn and accelerate your career. 5, I changed my relationship with my phone and social media. So around the beginning of last year, I realized that I was having a serious addiction and problem with my phone, and I wanted to change this. I was always scrolling on Instagram and just checking stories and always getting distracted, and I never was able to do focused work because I was always distracted and I was always wanting to see what other people were up to, and I wasn't focused on my own life. And I wanted to change this, and around the same time I saw that there was a book called Digital Minimalism, and it was by Cal Newport, and I read it. And this book changed my life so much. So at the end of the book, it gives you a challenge to take a 30-day social media detox. So you can't be on social media for 30 days. And I did this challenge. It single-handedly changed my life and allowed me to become way more present, way more happy, and I was able to do deep and focused work. So it allowed me to live in the real world more and not this digital world. Like, I'm able to just go outside and enjoy everything around me instead of always just being on my phone and my screens. And this really has increased my happiness, decreased my stress and anxiety, and just really improved my relationships because I'm fully present with the people that are around me. Actually, let me just get a testimony from someone that's been spending a lot of time with me the past month, and let them tell you how they've observed my relationship with my phone and social media the past month.
Yeah.
So, you've been spending time with me for the past month, right? Mm-hmm. What have you observed about my relationship with my phone and social media?
Honestly, you're my role model because I learned so much about how no phone changes your complete presence in interactions with other people and relationships with other people, because I feel like you're always there. It's happened to me so many times where I would be sitting at a dinner table with friends or at lunch with my family, and they're just on their phone. And this is really normal. Like, actually, when you realize being around someone that is never on their phone, or like barely, compared to people then when you go out to the world and you're like, okay, whoa, there's such a huge difference, and you start to realize that we are always so distracted and the whole full presence is missing, I feel. And that's something you've really showed me by embodying it and just by being that fully present person all the time, and it completely transforms the relationship, I feel. It's like you're always there. I know that you're listening, and I appreciate that so much, and that's something that I really deeply appreciate now in general, because when I'm out there I really can tell when people are constantly on their phone, and I'm putting effort into changing that for myself too. So it's really transformed my entire way of seeing relationships.
So yeah, I guess in that sense, it really helps my relationships with people in real life, because I'm fully there, I'm fully present. And if I had my phone, this thing is designed to like want to distract you, and so that's why I just don't take it with me wherever I go if I can, because it allows me to just be fully present and just be there with the person. I'm not on my phone ever unless it's for a very specific purpose. So I'm not on social media scrolling just for a time waster. I'm not playing games. I'm either calling someone, I'm either messaging someone, and as long as that's not happening, then I'm not on my phone. And I realized that's helped me so tremendously, because this time away from my phone, okay, I can actually go outside and live in the real world, because I realized that actually being in the real world and experiencing life has really
whole new world.
has really like increased my happiness and like decreased my stress and anxiety, because I think as humans we're designed to just be here and not be on our devices.
Were you more anxious before?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I was always like, okay, what is everyone else doing? Instead of like Instagram stories, like what is everyone else doing? Instead of like, okay, what am I doing? What can I do?
It's like I cannot imagine him being on his phone a lot. Like that's not you, and I don't know the you that you were before. But to me, that'd be a whole different Marsh. Like that'd be a whole different Marshall Hodge. I'd be like, who are you?
It could be a whole new you if you read the book Digital Minimalism and you actually try these ideas and test them out. Because I actually recommended her the book Digital Minimalism.
I mentioned it in my YouTube video too. That's how life-changing it was, and I've been sending it to my friends. Like, guys, read this. No comment, just read it. It'll change your life, please.
So, being on social media less, being on your phone less will, for me at least, it increase my happiness, increase my relationship with people in real life, increase my presence, and allowed me to do deep focused work without constantly being distracted by my devices. So,
yeah, I honestly think we wouldn't have gotten this close if you would have been on your phone a lot, or even me, because I feel like the fact that we both value that has also brought us closer.
But the thing is, we also wouldn't be here without it. So
that's true. It's a balance.
So it's realizing that it has value because I met her through Instagram and YouTube.
Yeah.
And so using it for its benefits and like just disregarding everything else, all the distractions it has to cause. And so I don't want to delete it forever because I realize there is benefit in it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's being there for a specific purpose.
Yeah.
For a specific value, and just deleting it for everything else.
I think it really is the tool that you're using it for. Like social media and like contacting someone or talking to people on the phone is great, but it depends what purpose you're using it for. So if it's for purposes like these, that's what also brought us together, right? But if it's just constantly distracting, you're wasting your life.
And so some examples of using Instagram as a tool and using it for valuable purposes is I delete Instagram off my phone and I only download it just for a specific purpose. So I download it, go to my Instagram, direct messages, message some people, see what's going on, connecting with people, or posting something on Instagram, and after that, it immediately gets deleted back off my phone. So I have it downloaded for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then it's off. So basically, I'm not being distracted at all, unless it's very, very serious. So I'm not getting like Instagram notifications, YouTube notifications, any app that you have notifications, because that distracts you. Like if you're working and all of a sudden you hear like a buzz or a ring, it takes so long to get back into that flow state and that focused state. And so turn off all notifications that aren't essential. My phone isn't ringing, it isn't getting any notifications because I constantly keep my phone on do not disturb. So I'm very intentional about when I'm on my phone. I'm only gonna be on my phone because I can always go back to my phone and see and check, okay, this person called me. I can always call them back right there if I want to. And so it's not always just like allowing people to just come into your creative and focused space. It's being very intentional about who and what is going to reach you during the day. Because if you're always just checking back and forth, blah, 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 you're not actually doing anything.
When the phone was initially created, it had a certain purpose to call and text people that actually mattered, and then all the distractions sort of formed. But I feel like you're using your phone the way it was actually meant to be used. It really transformed my life so much. I cannot even describe the impact, but in every single aspect of life, whether it's relationships or work or the way you use your phone in general as a tool for your bigger purpose. Wow, it is like the most defining thing ever, and we have the power to change that right now. Like, you could take out your phone whilst we're talking and do it right now, and you'll see the changes instantly. It's immediate, that's the thing.
So I realized
your average per week is 5 hours. What? People have like 5 hours per day, you have it per week?
I'm using this for what it's meant to be used for. Stuff that's valuable and stuff that's like priority in life. Everything else can just be tossed out and you can go out to the world and live in this real world that we have accessible to us, because it makes me more happier and it makes me more present. So
more happier, that's so cute.
Yeah, it's not like I'm saying ditch the phone, I'm saying use it for a specific purpose.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, change your life right now.
And this number 5 was the longest one because I feel like this can have the ability to change most people's lives because it changed mine, and I think it's cool.
It's very cool. See y'all later. I need to edit my video.
Get out of here.
Hey!
So, as a little bonus here, I want to give you the 5 people that have impacted me the most and that I've learned the most from. 1, Gary Vaynerchuk, which I've talked about previously. 2, Yes Theory, which I've already talked about previously. 3, a guy by the name of Bilyeu. Tom has really impacted me a lot. I actually have listened to his podcast, Impact Theory, for the past few years, and Impact Theory, the podcast, has really been my education, my school, my university for the past few years. Like, it's really defined my mindset, and Tom really helped me shape my mindset, and the fact that he's really about you and me and anyone's ability to achieve anything they set their mind to. He believes that if you're willing to learn and if you're willing to put in the work, you are limitless and you can do anything you want. So yeah, Impact Theory, listen to that podcast. These are gems that I'm dropping. Like, literally, this podcast changed my life in so many different ways. I really recommend listening to all the AMAs and just listening to every single podcast. Like, listen to a bunch of episodes on Impact Theory. It'll change your life, I promise you that. Okay, the 4th person is Shetty. I really resonate with Shetty because he's all about living a purposeful life, living a serving life, and being successful in the way that you're able to achieve your dreams and goals, but also doing it in a way that serves people and that is giving and selfless, and like, just, he has single-handedly like reduced my ego. Like, at first I was like, oh yeah, I was all about Marshall, and there's listening to Shetty's podcast On Purpose has really helped me like reduce me and my ego, and just help me get to a point where I'm able to just want to help and want to serve people with my filmmaking and my craft. And 5 is a guy named Sharma. Sharma is someone that I really admire and I really appreciate, and he's very similar to Shetty in the fact that he's all about just serving and using your skills and your gifts to build your career and make money, but also it's not about just making money, it's about serving, using your skills to serve. And so pretty much all these 5 people, the reason I resonate with them is because they're all about, yeah, achieve your dreams, make money and be abundant, but also use your skills to serve people. So do yourself the benefit, look up these 5 people, check out their content, check out their podcasts, whatever you have to do, and learn from them. Because learning from these people has been my university, because I didn't go to college, and these people have single-handedly changed my mindset, shifted my mindset, and they have been my source of knowledge and information. So if you really take the information that I dropped in this video and go and apply it into your life, I promise you that your life will change and you will start moving more towards your dreams. You become happier, you become more present. Your overall life will change if you take something from this video, because this has been a short summary of everything I've learned the past 3 years, the people I've learned from, the podcasts I've listened to, everything that's changed my life and everything that's provided me the most value in life, I've said right here in this video. And I really hope that you take something from this video and apply it to your life, because all these things changed my life, and I really hope they will yours too. Much love, and see you soon. Peace.